Piano House, the workshop that powered Zamrock, by Dr. John Sindama, Zamrock Legends of Kitwe, Part 4. Imagine Kitwe in the 1960s, a town alive with the rhythm of the mines and the heartbeat of guitars echoing through dusty streets. If you were a musician back then, all roads led to one small shop in Countess Square. Piano House. Piano House wasn't just a store. It was where dreams were tuned, repaired, and set free. Step inside. You'd smell wood varnish and solder. Rows of shiny guitars glimmer under warm light. Old vinyl records spin behind the counter. Musicians argue playfully about tone and fuzz pedals. Even when pockets were empty, they came just to dream.
No Zamrock history is complete without Piano House.
Piano House was founded by Mr. and Mrs. Garson, later joined by Mr. Kruger, a quiet craftsman with magic in his hands. Together, they turned what could have been just a retail shop into a workshop, a meeting point, and a heartbeat for Zambia's music scene. Singer Hector Sitoleg remembered,
Both founders have passed on, but their impact never will.
Before closing, they even began building their own guitars under the name Garkru. That stood for Garson and Kruger, artistry and engineering hand in hand. The Garkru Mwili guitar became legend, locally made, yet bold enough to rival the world's best. It looked like a Fender Stratocaster, but its soul was pure Kitwe. For musicians starved of imported gear, Piano House was salvation. They built amplifiers, rewired guitars, and created sturdy speaker cabinets that survived the wild Copperbelt touring circuit. Musician Wisdom Wake once bought a fiber-bodied guitar there. He smiled and said it couldn't match a professional model then, but with time, their craftsmanship would have seasoned. But Mishek Muhango disagreed. "I bought my first electric guitar from Piano House," he said proudly. "It sounded professional. I've played shows with it and still have it today." Inside, it was an Aladdin's cave of sound. Guitars hanging like trophies, amplifiers stacked in corners, the scent of metal and varnish thick in the air. You might catch Jaggery Chanda from the Witch Band testing strings, or students arguing about wah pedals like professors in a lab. Even broke musicians came just to feel the energy. It was a place to dream aloud. But what truly made Piano House unforgettable wasn't the gear, it was the people. A Shambali secondary school classmate of mine recalls walking into Piano House and asking to buy a flute. Mr. Garson had a brief chat with him and announced that he would not sell him the flute. "You would not be doing this flute justice," he concluded, and yet my friend treasures the honesty of the man and advice he gave him. Another Chamboli secondary schoolmate, Jaggery Chanda of the Witch Band, also shared his memories. He said, "Mr. Kruger came to join Piano House much later. Before, it was only Mr. Garson and his wife that managed Piano House. 2 special memories on Piano House under Mr. Garson. When the Witch started managing their own affairs, we bought our gear, music equipment, instruments, from Piano House on hire purchase. With the backing of Teal Records, managing director Mr. Scurry, after signing a 4-year recording contract with Teal. The second memory is that Mr. Garson and the Witch had a good relationship. He allowed us to go and disturb his peace at his home off working hours, so that he could go and open Piano House for us to buy drum skins, guitar strings, etc. at short notice when our needs arose. Maybe the third one, we, as a band, got free records, every new release by Teal, especially by American and European rock bands, as long as we remained on contract with Teal Records. Mr. Garson often opened late at night if a band needed parts before a show. Mr. Kruger quietly stayed behind, fixing amplifiers after hours. And Mrs. Garson, a cabaret singer, brought charm and laughter to the place. Jagari Chanda has a lot of fond memories of the people that were Piano House. They were a wonderful couple, recalled Hector Sitole, always welcoming, always supportive. Soon the reputation of Piano House traveled far beyond Zambia. Musicians from Lubumbashi and Tanzania came to Kitwe just to buy Garkru guitars. I saw Garkru gear in hotels and night spots in Lubumbashi, Mishek said. People made pilgrimages, not for fame but for sound. Piano House had become international, quietly, proudly, authentically. These accompanying photos show among its treasures were stories etched in music history. The Fuzwa pedal used by Chris Mbiwe on October Night and Lazy Bones. A Fender case gifted to Mishek after an impromptu jam. Custom speaker cabinets that powered Copper Belt concerts for decades. It was the only true music shop we ever had, Mishek said. Whenever I hit Kitwe City, I'd go straight there and stay for hours. When Piano House finally closed in the 1990s, silence fell over an era. But its influence never faded. You can still feel it in every riff that rises from Kitwe's stages. In every young guitarist bending notes under dim lights. The Garkru Mwili guitars have become collector's pieces, symbols of what Zambia once built with its own hands. Piano House wasn't just nostalgia, it was a blueprint, a reminder that when creativity meets community, something magical happens. Imagine if today's young Zambian musicians revived that same spirit, building, repairing, teaching, under one roof. Maybe the next Zamrock is already being born in a small workshop somewhere in Kitwe. Piano House was Kitwe's cathedral of sound, a humble shop with a giant heart. It stood at the crossroads of friendship, craftsmanship, and ambition. And as Mishek Mohango once said, that was truly one giant of a shop. We have never had another to match it, and maybe we never will.
You've been listening to Piano House, the workshop that powered Zamrock. Written by Dr. John Sendama for the Zamrock Legends of Kitwe series on kitweonline.com. Until next time, keep the music alive.